Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and a moment of silence.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment of silence. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Code Blue News Season 3. I'm Andrew Rossi, here with Kevin Hillman, 6 feet apart. In recent international news, elections in Bolivia and New Zealand took place in the past week, with New Zealand holding theirs last Saturday and Bolivia holding their election last Sunday.
Starting off in New Zealand, the Labour Party cruised to a landslide victory, picking up 49% of the popular vote and winning 18 seats in Parliament. The National Party came in second with 27% of the popular vote and losing 19 seats in Parliament. Labour leader Jacinda Ardern, which I totally didn't butcher, has become an increasingly popular leader after handling the COVID outbreak effectively.
Moving on to Bolivia's election, Luis Arce of the Socialist Party came in first place with 55% of the vote. Former President Carlos Mesa of the Centro Civic Community Party came in second place with 29% of the vote.
Recently, multiple sports leagues have had different protocols when handling COVID outbreaks. How has the NFL approached the situation? Joe McLaughlin is here with more on the story.
Ah yes, the beautiful season of autumn, filled with colorful leaves, Halloween decorations, and last but not least, football, America's time-honored tradition during this time of year, especially on Thanksgiving. However, like all 2020 sports, this season has been quite different with COVID-19. Many new protocols have been put in place, such as regular testing, social distancing in practice, and most notably, limited to no fans in the crowd depending on the area. Regardless, this is still our beloved football season. So, how has the league done so far? Well, the first 3 weeks went very smoothly until week 4 saw the season's first cases. It was the Titans who broke protocols first and ended up with over 20 positive cases over the course of 2 weeks, causing their games with the Steelers and Bills to be postponed to later dates. Cam Newton and Stephon Gilmore also tested positive for the Patriots, causing them to be embarrassed by the Chiefs and eventually the Broncos kicker. These major positive cases caused testing to be boosted, practices canceled, and games to be moved. This begs the question, will the NFL survive? Well, there really isn't a clear answer to that. So far there have been hiccups and facility shutdowns, yet games are still being completed, which is promising. However, cases are surging in the country and could force the league to shut down at any point. This year has been very unpredictable for sure, and football is no different. The league's likelihood of survival is unknown, but there's only one thing we can do. Hope that protocols are followed the best they can be so football can continue on. But hey, at least the league's doing better than the Jets this season. Please fire Adam Gase. That's all for today. I'm Joseph McLaughlin for Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Joe. Hopefully, the NFL can keep the virus contained.
If there are any students who did not run for a position in student government but would like to be involved, they should email Ms. Gallagher as soon as possible.
With that said, be sure to follow the HMHS Student Council on Instagram or on Twitter at Holbrook or HMHS Bulldogs to always stay in the know with what's happening in your class.
Next Thursday and Friday are going to be Black and Orange Spirit days for Halloween. Once again, on Thursday the 29th, Cohort A should wear black and orange, and Cohort B should do the same on Friday, October 30th.
Speaking of cohorts, everybody knew this was going to be the strangest school year we have ever seen with COVID-19 restrictions. How are students and teachers adjusting to these conditions? CBN reporter Vincent Tran has more on the story.
Coming into the school year, it was expected that the school day would look drastically different. However, it has still been a difficult adjustment for both teachers and students.
It's been a tough year. I think the pacing of the lessons has had to drastically change. Something I can usually take a lot more time on is very restricted now, especially only seeing kids twice a week instead of 5 days a week. So I think that that's been a huge struggle with the pacing, how to fit in all the concepts that I want to hit upon, again, with the little amount of time that we have with the kids.
The hybrid learning system, I feel like it's a bit too much, especially for me because I have a job, so I have to manage to keep schoolwork and work, and it's just a bit overall too difficult for me to handle.
Obviously, this thing's out of people's control this year, so trying to be more flexible with makeup dates, and then just the idea that students have to do a lot more work at home, so being a little bit more flexible with that, and yeah, I think that's the key word, just like everything's a little bit more flexible than it is in a normal year.
Classwork homework has always been the highest percentage out of all of my grades, so I feel that that would be what kids would be most likely to do while they're working remotely or at home, so I think that gives them a better advantage instead of me obviously having a higher percentage for assessments, quizzes, or essays.
When it comes to online, I feel like I don't really learn anything. It's more just review, and I feel like if the work is a bit too difficult, I have to like kind of teach myself through like watching videos on YouTube or just searching online.
It's tough to go through new material when you don't have full participation online, so those Wednesdays we might not be having a full class, so it's kind of tough to plan for that if we don't know everyone's going to show up. It's new for us, new for the students, so it's just tough to kind of get used to something brand new.
I still want to provide students with a rigorous curriculum, but at the same time, trying to find that happy medium of what kids can do on their own at home, while at the same time what they're able to finish in school as well. So I think finding that workload that's not overwhelming for them has been a little difficult to figure out.
So I feel like in order to improve the system, teachers would definitely have to plan accordingly. Like they throw everything at our face, but at the same time, it's like a bit it's like not that much. They just make everything do the same day, which I feel like is a bit annoying.
Just to like the students, just remember like I said, this is all new to us too. We're all like, it sounds cliche at this point, but we're all in it together. We're figuring it out as we go. So just we're trying to be as flexible with you guys as we can. We just need you guys to be flexible too. So.
Hybrid learning is an inconvenient but necessary implementation due to the pandemic. The best teachers and students alike can do is try their best and make the most out of this situation. This has been Vincent Tran with Code Blue News.
Thanks, Vincent. Whether or not you believe online learning is effective or not, it is important to stay vigilant and get your work done on time. And don't forget to join Wednesday Zoom calls as well.
This year, as always, HMHS introduced a few new faculty members. CBN reporter Brianna Graziano is here with more information on these new faces.
With the new school year comes new staff here at HMHS. Lucky for us, we have 7 amazing new faculty members that have joined our very own Bulldog family.
While walking through the halls, you may hear numerous amounts of different languages spoken by our students or staff. This year, you may even hear new ESL teacher Miss Abbott speak in Mandarin.
你好，我叫阿贝老师. I'm an ESL teacher here at Holbrook Middle-High School. I teach all grades and I work on improving students' reading, listening, speaking, and writing skills in English. I really enjoy traveling. I spent some time studying abroad in China, and then I also spent a year teaching in a different city in China. And while I was there, I had the opportunity to visit a bunch of different countries in Asia. I'm looking forward to getting to know all my students, both in person and virtually, and learning a bit about where they're from and their culture.
Neighboring the ESL room, we have computer science teacher Mrs. Sullivan, who is bringing the language of code to the building.
I am the computer science teacher and also business technology teacher. I teach both the high school level and the 6th through 8th middle school. And it consists of, obviously, the computer science is a little different, and we learn things about basic computer programming and basic understanding of internet, safety, things like that. Business technology is all about learning about business and resume writing and getting ready for a career. I love teaching computer science. I love business. I just want to have fun for the year.
Staying in the lane of science brings us to Mr. Monteith, son of beloved former teacher and robotic leader, Mr. Dick Monteith.
My name is Mr. Monteith. I am currently the chemistry teacher at Holbrook High, and I also teach one 8th grade class and an elective. I think most people know I'm the robotics coach, have been for like 5 or 6 years, and I'm really interested in robotics and artificial intelligence and software. I'm looking forward to teach all of my students some chemistry. That's essentially what I want to do this year. So I'm hoping that everyone has fun doing chemistry and they learn a lot.
Speaking of tall staff members, you may have seen the energetic new paraprofessional, Mr. Cadet, bounding through the halls.
How you guys doing? My name is Mr. Cadet. My position in the school is a paraprofessional. Paraprofessional is somebody in the classroom that helps with all the kids in the class if they need help, just an extra pair of hands, extra pair of eyes, extra pair of ears. I want the kids here to know about me is that I may be one of the littest teachers in the building. Got to clear that up. One thing I'm looking forward to doing this year is making an impact in as many lives as I can before you guys leave here at the end of the year.
As we continue around the building, we come to the most coveted room on the first floor. Across from student favorite Miss Gallagher, we have Mr. Hawking's room.
Special educator, so my job consists of taking and modifying curriculum so that everybody is able to access the same grade level stuff that everyone else does. Well, so I know last week you guys interviewed Mr. Cadet, and I want everyone to know that I am actually more lit than he is. One thing I'm looking forward to doing this year is just getting back into routine of teaching and coming to school and having some sense of normalcy over this last crazy period that we're going through.
A little down the hall from Mr. Hawking is a smaller than typical classroom where you will find Ms. Azoff, the school's occupational therapist.
My name is Ms. Azoff. I am the occupational therapist, and I help any of the students with fine motor skills or sensory motor issues. But I really love dogs, and if anyone wants to stop me and show me a picture of their dog or tell me a great dog story, that they can do that.
Last but certainly not least is everyone's favorite Kahoot master, Miss Ferraro, our adjustment counselor intern.
My name is Miss Ferraro. My first name is Carissa, but you could call me Miss Ferraro, Miss F, or my past students called me Miss Ferrari. So my position at Holbrook Middle High School is I'm currently a school adjustment counselor intern with Miss Monroe in the guidance department, and I also am a substitute. I just want the kids to know that I am open to talk about anything that anyone is concerned about, happy about, worried about, any kind of emotion that brings up. I'm an open book, and I'm here to help with any shape or form, any question they have. I am really looking forward to just meeting, and I'm looking forward this year to getting to know the students, getting to know the teachers, and to learn more about what I could do in my career to benefit myself.
Thank you, and good luck to all of our new staff members. We're happy to have you. This has been Brianna Graziano with Code Blue News. Back to you in the studio.
Thanks, Brianna. Hopefully, they'll all have a great first year here. That wraps up this week's show. I'm Kevin Hillman.
And I'm Angela Rossi. See you next Friday.